My name is
Pasadena, Texas, I was born and raised. Grew up with both parents who weren't on the same page. Sometimes they would laugh, more times they would crumble. They both loved one another, but did it.
Let's see if I still remember how to do this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been months, forever actually, since I've been on here. Trust me, I've been wanting to do a video for a while already. You know, things happen, motherhood happens, and I've just been tired, like exhausted. I actually go back to work tomorrow. I've always wanted to do like the Vlogmas shit or whatever, like do a video every day up until Christmas. But in my case, I can't do that because I do work 3 nights out of the week. So I will try to upload the days that I don't work. I'm gonna try to, because I do miss uploading videos for y'all. But yeah, so the videos that are coming up, I am gonna try to do a Vlogmas thing, but it's not gonna be every single day. But yeah, so today what I wanted to talk about was when he came. I had an appointment on September 8th. It was I think it was like maybe like at 11, 10 or 11. It was just an ultrasound just to check up on him to make sure he's doing good, because I did have gestational diabetes, and that'll be a whole nother video about it. Yeah, so I went in, so what they do is they just put a monitor on my belly, one to track his movements and the other one to track any contractions. So I had to wear that, and then that goes on maybe for about, I think, for about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and then right after they do the ultrasound. So just to get his measurements, see where he's at and stuff. Every time I go, they always get my blood pressure. So usually it's always really good, but this time it was, for some reason, it was really high. And in my head, at first, I was like, maybe I got preeclampsia. You know, I was already thinking that, which that was the case, but I'm not there yet. So sorry guys, yeah, I had to carry him because if I put him down, he's gonna start crying. Yes, Karen, I got him spoiled. I don't care. Yeah, so they checked my blood pressure, and mind you, I was like laying down, not laying down like flat, but I was like up, laying down like, I was laying down but not laying down flat. I was like, my feet was up and everything. Anyway, so they checked my blood pressure. It was really high, and then so they let me rest for, I think, maybe about 10 minutes, and then they came back and she checked it again, and it was still high. So then she contacted my doctor, because it was all on the same floor. She contacted my doctor and told her like, hey, her blood pressure is really high. So what she did is, well, they had asked me if I was in pain, and I said no, but I do have a headache. So the doctor prescribed me Tylenol to take. So she gave me that, and then her nurse came by. Well, her nurse came by and gave me the Tylenol, so I took it. And then they waited maybe about 10-15 minutes. They took it again. It was still high. So at first they wanted me to do like a 24-hour urine. Like I was going to go home, do 24-hour urine, bring it back the next morning. And so instead they took me up to the 11th floor, which is pretty much like a triage for pregnancies, for women that are, for pregnancy women, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So they took me up to the 11th floor, and I didn't think, again, I wasn't thinking anything of it. They were like, they just want to check up on me, you know. So I went, or they took me, she took me there. She's like, have a good day with her, because she had to take the wheelchair back or whatever. So then I waited maybe about 2 minutes. They came and got me, and they were just triaging me. They told me if I was in pain. I said no. They just gave me Tylenol, but I don't have a headache anymore. So when they checked my blood pressure when I got up there, it was still high. So then she said that they were going to take me to a room. And so I was kind of already like, I was starting to get like, what the hell's going on, you know? So when I got to the room, From the wheelchair, they told me to get undressed, like get everything off and put on the gown. So I was like everything? She's like, yeah, everything. And I'm like, oh, okay. Still didn't think anything of it. And I asked her, she's like, I asked if I was getting admitted. She's like, yeah, you're getting admitted. But that was all they told me. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I was thinking they're just gonna admit me to help bring my blood pressure down and probably put me on, let me go home, be on bed rest until my induced date, because I was gonna get induced September 25th. That was my induction day, which is at 37 weeks. At this time, when all this happened, I was 34 weeks and 4 days. So I go to the restroom, I get undressed, I gave them urine because they wanted some urine, and I get out and I go to the bed. And then a nurse comes in here and tells me she's gonna be my nurse or whatever, and I said okay. So she puts it, she said I'm just gonna get some blood and put it in an IV. And I said, okay. Again, not thinking anything of it. Nobody's telling me anything. They just told me that I'm getting I'm getting admitted. So my doctor comes in and she's asking me how I'm doing. I'm still on the 11th floor, mind you, which is where they just triaged you. That's why I didn't think anything of it. So then she comes in, she asks how I'm doing and how he's doing. I said, we're okay. And she asked if I still had a headache, and I said no. And she said, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and induce you today. Dude, I was like, literally, I was like, okay. And and she's like, okay, so she got an ultrasound machine. She wanted to make sure he wasn't breached, and he wasn't. He was already head down. I called my husband, or my fiance, and luckily he had gotten rained out that day. So when I called him, he had just gotten home from work, and I called him. I was like, hey, what are you doing? And not just like normal. And he was like, oh, I just got home. I was gonna go. I think he said he was gonna go take a shower or something. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I was like, so I'm getting induced today. And he was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. So he was kind of freaking out. And if I can, I will try to get him like on camera, like on camera on the video one day, so he can explain his side of the story. Maybe the next video. Yeah, he freaked out. And then I asked if he can come like right now, and they said yeah, he can come, only one person. So he came. He got there maybe about an hour or two. Before he came, he got some stuff. He took a shower, and then he got there. And I was in labor for, I want to say 17 hours, which isn't too bad. Yeah, I was in labor for about 17 hours. And I did end up getting the epidural, but the only reason I got it, because I wasn't gonna get it out. I didn't feel like, I didn't feel like I needed it, because I was handling the pain just fine. But every time I had a contraction, I mean, of course I felt the pain, but I was able to handle it. But my blood pressure would get really high, so the doctor recommended me to get it, just because my blood pressures were like sky high. And I know that can hurt him as well, not just me, but it can also hurt him as well. So I told him that, well, I'll just go ahead and get the epidural. Just my blood pressures were still, they were high, but not like crazy high like it was in the beginning. They were coming down, but there were times that it was still high. And I couldn't walk around or anything, so I had to have a Foley or a catheter in me for all night. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Everybody experiences it differently. My doctor, before she left, my OB, she said that she'll be here for the delivery. And I was like, well, what if it happens like in the middle of the night or whatever? And she said that they'll call me when it gets close, so I'll just come up here. And I said, okay. She's like, but I don't see you having him until the morning whenever I get here. I said, okay. So I kept my eye on the clock, and as soon as it hit 8, I was like, okay, she should be here. So around 8-ish is when I felt like I needed a push. Maybe like around 8:15. I felt like I needed a push. I told them, I was like, I feel like I need a push. So she checked and she's like, yep. She's like, he's almost here. So then they started getting everything ready. All these people came in. They contacted my doctor, and I kept, and then again I told her, I was like, I need a push. She's like, go ahead and push. Like, if you need a push, you push. So I pushed, and then, well, I had woken up my fiance first. I was like, dude, get up. It's time. So then he got up and he was next to me, and so I was holding his hand, and I would push and then I would wait. And so they were pretty much training me or teaching me how to push, like with each contraction that comes. So then my doctor gets there and I pushed for about a good hour, and like at around 9:14 is whenever he came out. But they had to use forceps to get him out, actually, because my baby's lazy. I'm gonna tell y'all that he's lazy, okay? And he's so lazy. When he was coming out, right, and then my doctor's like, hey, we're gonna have to use forceps to get him out because he basically fell asleep. Like, he don't want to come out no more. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, that's fine, just get him out. Just get him out already. So she said okay, and then she told me that there may be a chance that I might tear, and I said yeah. I said yeah, okay, that's fine. So then she she uses the forceps to get him out, and I was scared at first because he didn't cry right away, and so I was getting scared. And then finally he cried, and I got to hold him, and before they took him to the little incubator that they put him in. And so I held him for a little bit. They took him, and he was 8 pounds 15 ounces. 8 pounds 15 ounces, something like that, and 21.5 inches long. So for 34 weeks, this time I was 34 weeks and 5 days. So that was pretty big for a 34 weeker. I know. It was because of my gestational diabetes that they wanted to keep a close eye on. That's the reason why I was getting those ultrasounds every week. I would get them like twice a week, actually. Hold on one more time before they took him to the NICU, and my fiance ended up going with them to the NICU, and he was in the NICU for 3 weeks. So I actually stayed there the full 3 weeks. Sometimes switch with him, like on the weekends I would switch with him, and he would stay with him on the weekends, and I would come home on the weekend, and I would stay here and get my rest. Because whenever you're there at the bedside, you're able to carry him and feed him and stuff. Except when he was he had to be under a UV light, like a phototherapy light, because he had jaundice. So he had to be under the light for like a week or two, and that was pretty. It was pretty hard because I wasn't able to carry him or anything or feed him. So it was hard going through that. And I know some people are like, well, he wasn't really a preemie. Like, he was a preemie, even though he may not have looked like that. He wasn't as bad as other babies were, but he was still a preemie. He wasn't able to eat on his own, so he had to have a tube, an NG tube, which it goes through your nose into your stomach. He had to have that, and I'll post pictures here. But yeah, it was pretty hard going through it, and we made it through. We're home. We were able to go home October 1st, which I'm so glad was before Halloween, because we were able to spend it with him. But he's doing a lot better. He's doing really good, actually. He eats a lot. He loves to talk. Like, whenever we call my mom or my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law is my sister, my tia, my tío, my tío, his tíos, he loves talking. And then as soon as we hang up, he starts crying, because I guess because he still wanted to talk, and it's like, dude, like, they had to go, His name, I know I've been holding back his name. I kept calling him baby. His name is Damien Alexander. And Damien is, we got the name from Robin. So if y'all know Batman and Robin, Robin's is Batman's son, Damien. So that's where we got the name from. And then Alexander, I got it from Lex Luthor. This is Damien Alexander. Let me turn so I can see. He is knocked out, you guys. Look at him. Yeah, he's my Gordo. But yeah, so this is him. That's my story, my labor and delivery story. Try to do the next video that I do, I'll try to make sure he's awake. That way he can, talk or whatever, because he does talk, guys. And if I could find a video where he's talking and laughing, I'll put it up. But we hope you enjoyed it. I will do more videos. My next video will probably be about something a little bit more serious about me. But that's till the next one. Alright, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so y'all can be subscribed to my channel. And hit the notification bell so y'all get notified every time I upload a video. And like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.
It wasn't just me, I got a brother and sister. Witnessing that shit was one day to another. As much as it hurt me, it only built me stronger, built me tougher. As a kid, I was